Hello and hello. Welcome back to the Undisputed Champ YouTube boxing channel. If you've liked the videos I've already put out, please hit the subscribe button and also please hit the like button on the videos. Let's get into the video topic of today. We're talking about Daniel Dynamite Dubois versus Joe Juggernaut Joyce going down 28th of the 11th, 2020 this Saturday, and it's for the British heavyweight title along with the WBC silver heavyweight title, the WBO international heavyweight title, the vacant European heavyweight title, and the Commonwealth heavyweight title. So Frank Warren has managed to chuck all these other belts on there to make it sound grand, but I think the crux of it is just going to be a ranking fight for the both fighters. Looking at Daniel Dubois, he's 10-0 at the moment. The only names that really stand out to me, the Nathan Gorman fight. I watched that fight. It was a good fight for Daniel. He took care of business. Another domestic rival, and he put Nathan Gorman in his place and got the stoppage. And then the next fighter that stands out to me is Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson's a tough journeyman, very hard to get rid of. When AJ stopped Kevin Johnson, I think in like the second or third round, I was shocked. That was when I was like, choo, all aboard the AJ hype train. I'm at the front of the train because I was really impressed with that stoppage. So Daniel going 12 with Kevin, I had nothing against that. I thought he boxed really well in the fight, won every round, and he looked okay in the fight. He didn't get the stoppage like AJ and looked really conclusive, but he went 12 and won pretty much all the rounds. So good performance there. The rest of his record is pretty novice-y, kind of what you'd expect from a fighter who doesn't have much amateur experience and who's just starting out in the game. A lot of knockover jobs, like the last guy he fought, Japanese heavyweight, just looked terrible, shocking in there, and Daniel Dubois dispatched of him how you should. Quick first/second round knockout. Well, I don't know. That's all you can really ask for Daniel there. But looking at Joe Joyce, on the other hand, he has a very, very good amateur background. He went to the Olympic finals, picked up the silver medal against Tony Oka, who's also a heavyweight contender around today, and I actually thought he won the fight. I can't say I'm an expert at scoring amateur fights, but from what I could see, what was landing and what was missing, I thought Joe Joyce edged the fight and was very unlucky to go away with a silver medal, but still great achievement to get a silver medal at the Olympics. And then if you look at his pro record up until now, he probably has the best 10-0 pro record of a heavyweight I may have ever seen. All his fights have been against fighters who have winning records up until now, and he's fought the likes of Bryant Jennings, former world title challenger. He's also fought Bermain Stavern, former world heavyweight title challenger. He's got guys like Ustinov on the record. Like the record is very, very, very good, and even his debut was against Ian Lewinson, who also was a decent amateur and had a winning record. So Joe Joyce has not gone in there easy. They've put him up pretty hard, and I guess because he's an older fighter, I think he's about 30 plus, he just wanted to get in there quick and hit the ground running. So for an 11-0 record, it's great. You're not going to see, if you look at Joe Joyce's record and you look at Daniel Dubois' record and you look at the names on both, you're going to think, who the hell has Daniel Dubois been fighting? Because this Joe Joyce guy has just been going in very hard, very tough, and he's been getting dubs. Looking at both fighters' styles, I would say Daniel Dubois is a lot more fluid. He's younger, he looks to have more punching power, and he definitely has faster hands than Joe Joyce. But from the fights that we have seen of Daniel Dubois, like the Richard Lartey fight, Daniel gets caught a lot. Well, maybe not a lot, but he gets caught a bit, and he looked a bit stumbled and had a bit of a shaky leg moment against Richard Lartey, who isn't really anybody in the heavyweight landscape. So that was a bit of cause of concern there. When we look at Joyce, on the other hand, the juggernaut pretty much fits him perfectly, because that's how he fights. The dude has super slow hands. Maybe the slowest I've ever seen from a top contender heavyweight. He's got decent feet, to be fair. His feet aren't as slow as his hands, but he's got a little bit of pop in his punches, a decent amount of punching power. and he's got a great chin from what I've seen. When he gets hits clean, Joyce doesn't go anywhere. I know he's been rotated in and out of AJ camps and other people's camps because of his chin, and he's a durable star. Has been a durable sparring partner. So he's got a good chin. He's got decently quick feet, and I guess he moves his head pretty well as well. But the hands are just so slow. But when it comes to making a pick on this fight, it's quite tough. It's actually quite an evenly matched fight, because if you think about it, Daniel Dubois has been pipped to be the future of British boxing, especially in the heavyweight division. He's been signed to a long-term contract with Frank Warren. Frank Warren's backing him. He's putting all his eggs in Daniel Dubois. And Joyce is the older fighter. Yes, a decent amateur background, but he's been pitched in there tough, and it's been a bit of a sink or swim. If he gets stopped or loses any of the fights that on his record up till now, promoters probably turn their back on him. Whereas I think if Daniel Dubois slipped up, Frank Warren would have definitely supported him and tried to rebuild him. So with the pick, I'm going to go with Joyce. I'm going to put all politics aside. I'm going to say, because yes, I understand that Dubois is the house fighter here, and judging decisions might lean to him, etc., etc. But if I'm going to put all that aside, and I'm going to say who I think wins the fight legitimately and fairly, I'm going to say I think Joyce takes it. He's got the deeper record so far. He's more seasoned. He's been in there with experienced fighters, and he's got the wins up until now. He's showing a great chin, and where Daniel Dubois has advantages is that he might be able to start opening up on Joe and start to hurt him and make him quit or try and get a stoppage. But I think Joyce's chin is going to hold up to that Daniel Dubois opening, and I think he can ride any sort of storm that comes and really test Dubois the whole way. Joyce has a good pace in his fights, and if he can keep that pace going, ticking over round after round after round after round, working Daniel the whole way through. Yes, Daniel's young, but he hasn't had to work every minute of every round so far in his career. So if Joyce can do that, I think it's a very, very tough night for Daniel. And I'm edging Joe, man. I'm edging Joe. One thing I have noticed about this fight, I'm edging Joe on points, by the way, but one thing I have noticed about this fight is Ian John Lewis is the referee. Guys, this is the same referee that let Shannon Briggs nearly die in the ring against Vitaly Klitschko. That refereeing performance, just off that alone, he should probably have never refereed again, because Shannon Briggs was just getting pasted. I'm going to leave the link to that fight in the description box. And Ian John Lewis, man. So I can't really say I'm happy about that refereeing decision, but we'll see how it plays out. Hopefully he won't have to be involved too much. Then if there is any serious damage being handed out, corners will stop the fight, because they can't rely on Ian John Lewis to do any stoppaging. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. I hope you guys tune in and check back for the post-fight video. Thank you very much.